Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Say all together. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. All those that are invisible are filled by Brahman. All those that are visible are also fully permeated by Brahman. The whole universe has come out of the whole Brahman. Brahman is still full, although the whole universe has come out of it. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Now we are in the chapter, fifth chapter of the Shwetashwatara Upanishad. Very wonderful meditative verses we have read. That this whole universe is permeated by one consciousness and it has no beginning, it has no end, like the last verse we read, 13. It says, Anadyanantang Kalilasya Madhe. Anadi Ananta. Anadi means that which has no beginning. Ananta means that which is endless. Kalilasya Madhe, in this world which is a chaos, all confusion and conflicts, in the conflict of duality, conflict of this creation, Madhe, Vishwasya, of this entire cosmos, all the disturbance. Why the disturbance? Disturbance because when it is Brahman, there is no disturbance. It is only one absolute. When it comes into creation, there is disturbance, rambling. It's a calm, infinite ocean. There is nothing there. It is perfectly peace and joy. But when waves and ripples come over it, then we call creation. So from Brahman has come entire creation. So that's why it says that Kalilasya Madhe. But in this drama of life, in this chaos of life, what happened? Who we are interacting? In the chaos of the stormy surface of the ocean, what is the thing anyone is interacting or connecting? It is only water, same ocean. In this Kalila Madhya, that means in this confused world, all this struggling world, the world of suffering, pain, or whatever experiences we go through, it is world, we think it is world. World is not separate from that reality because it is only the ocean we see. It is only Brahman appearing in this different form. What a grand idea. Anadi Anantang Kalilasya Madhye. In this middle of this chaos of what? This that unchanging, absolute, beginningless, endless reality. Vishwaswastaram. One, he can see the cosmos, the creator of the cosmos. Aneka Rupam. See, that is the only one. He is shining everywhere. He is the light of everything. And there is nothing but that reality. I am misinterpreting it. In name and form, they are diverse. But what you are seeing nothing but that ocean water. Just imagine that calm Pacific Ocean, perfectly serene and calm. That's the Brahman. Now, when chaos comes, creation comes, disturbance comes, it becomes tsunami. But in tsunami, what is there? In every particle of water, in every fighting of the waves to the waves, or whatever activity is going on, good, bad in this universe, it is only Brahman appearing in so many forms. So that's why there is reality is only one. So it is the divine, it is absolute Satchidananda that appears in this form, and they are interacting. So what we think it is chaos. That's why in the eyes of the Vedantic experience of the highest spiritual people, they don't find any distinction of good and bad and this and that. In their eyes, everything is permeated by one absolute consciousness. There is nothing but that, only appearing differently. What a grand idea! It's very simple, but it is very, very difficult to conceive. Very simple, but very difficult. It appears simple because take the example of the ocean and you see how simple. There is only one, but so much waves, ripples, bubbles, foam, tsunami, waves, huge waves, small waves, fighting with each other, embracing with love each other. What are these? It is nothing but the water, 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 which is the ocean only. So it is all the play of the ocean. That's why that if one can see like that in these diverse forms, Vishwasva Ekam, that universe which is Ekam only, Purivestitaram, we have enveloped every inch of this creation, every inch of this reality, what we are appearing before us. It is Purivestitaram, one who has enveloped all this, that Devam Gatva, knowing that God, Deva means that effulgent, Deva means which is self-luminous. Everything is reflected consciousness. Sun's rays fall on the earth, we see. It falls on the moon, we see the light of the moon. That's why it's called moon's light is borrowed light. Sun's light is self-light. So the Atman, our real self, does not depend on anything. It is self-luminous. So that self-luminous, Devam, effulgent reality, Gatva means real knowing. Gatva means knowing. Not knowing intellectually, I am knowing now. Or we are just understanding it. It is little in the level of the mind, in the level of your intellect. You can just have an overall view, but that's not the realization. If someone gives a good talk about ice cream, how ice cream is good and how it is tasteful, how this flavor is so different and this flavor is so good, you can give a lecture of 1 hour, but I can get some glimpse of, but I do not know what is ice cream. It is to be tested. It is to be experienced. Here, Gatva means you are to experience in deep, profound level where you and that reality become one. That's called aparoksha anubhuti. Paroksha means I am seeing you. It is paroksha. Paroksha means it is depending on something else. I see you. My eyeglass, my eyes, my perception, my mind, hazy mind, clear mind. So many factors depend on a perfect understanding of the reality. So this is called paroksha because it is depending on some media through which our perception is being. That's why we differ. We differ because it is paroksha. But aparoksha, which is not paroksha, does not depend on anything. Truth and truth alone. Then in truth and truth alone, you are one wave, I am one wave. You are H2O, I am H2O. You are Satchidananda, I am Satchidananda. This is Satchidananda, this is Satchidananda. This is Satchidananda. So it is called aparoksha to feel that. Ramakrishna is to feel that identification, no? And that's why he used to go in ecstasy. And coming down, he used to say, I see everything permeated by that consciousness. He used to say, even the door sill, the floor, the image, everything is pulsating with that one consciousness. Because there is nothing but, it's only name and form. They see the name, you see the form of a door, form of a door sill, form of an image of mother. But each is permeated with one thing called consciousness. And good example Ramakrishna gave, and that was what? It's called wax. Like our wax museum here in Hollywood. If you go there, you see it is everything of wax. You see different. You can see the personality as in manifesting, but it's nothing but wax. The eyes are not nothing but wax. Ear is nothing but wax. Hand, finger, feet, toe, everything is wax, 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 wax. But we don't see the wax. We see the name and form which differs from one to the other. So this verse is very important, verse 13, 16, sorry, 13, which we read last time, that you have to know, to gatva devam. Knowing means realizing, means experiencing. Swami Vivekananda spoke so strongly about what is called religion. Religion is realization. It is not mere talk. It is not intellectualism. It is not any polished fight, debating, but it is experiencing every pore of the body. Upanishad says, prati bodha viditam. You experience that in every bodha, every pulsation of your being, every beating of your heart, you can feel it is that consciousness, nothing but that. Then you will be free from muchyate sarva pasai. Then you are freed from all types of entanglements, attachments, suffering, anxieties, worries, pain. All this come because of our not knowing. If we know that I am everywhere in the whole world, whom should I fear? Suppose you are the boss of the entire kingdom. So whom do you fear? It is yours. You don't steal from your home. Huh? People steal. Why? It is not mine, it will be mine. But if you know it is that, everything is yours. So what the question of stealing comes anytime? We say that I will have to grab it. How will you grab it? No grabbing question, it is yours. So the entire cosmos is me. I am only, not my this petty I, but I, that eternal I. So that is the point, to feel, to experience that. So, beautiful verse. Anadi anantam. Anadi means no beginning, no adi. Anantam, no end. Kalilasya madhe. In this, Kalila is this disturbed. The world is all disturbance, is it not? Nothing but disturbance. You want to disturb your peace, go to the world. You want to come to peace, then forget the world. Whenever you forget the world, chaos goes away. See, when you go to deep sleep, what happens? The whole trouble of the day, all problems of the world, all anxieties, worries, anything, all gone. No need at all. There is nothing as such. You feel in peace. So, Kalila means this, how long you are in seeing the duality and in this world, confusion is there, chaos is there. So in the Kalila Samadhi, in this chaos and turmoil of this world, Vishwasya Srashtaram, if one sees the Lord God who has created this whole universe, He is sitting in every place. He is permeated in every place. If one can see that, Aneika Rupam, how they will see? Is one form, one costume, another costume, another costume, another costume. But it is only under the Lord alone, or I am alone. You say Lord is the creator God, or in other way you say, who is the creator God? There is no creator. Only one reality, Anadi Anantam, beginningless, endless. That is the conscious entity. And that is the only reality. So when you know that, Vishwasya in this earth, in this of this universe, Ekam, you see one reality. Parivestita Aram, it has enveloped everything in this, that oneness, that knowing that, Devam Gatva, Sarva Papui, Sarva Pasui, from Sarva means all, Pasa means bondage, knots, ignorance, Muchate becomes free. So that was the last verse. And now today, verse number 14. Bhavagrajyam anadakham bhavagrajyam anirakam bhavakaram shivam bhavakaram shivam Kala sargakaram devam Kala sargakaram devam Yevidu Yevidu Te Juhustanum Juhustanum Bhavagracham. It is to be apprehended for us. I have no experience, but it is to be comprehended in the pure mind, to conceptualize these thoughts in your mind. So Vedanta is not anything physical, but it is physical, but more in the mind, mindset, how we look at the world. You know, it is in your mind. Your view of the world view is your mind. So he says that Bhavagrajyam, this reality, this one consciousness, this one God who permeates everything, is to be apprehended by intuition of a pure and devoted heart. Our heart is impure because it is in ignorance. But when the mind by spiritual practice and prayer and selfless work, one becomes purified, then what happens? Then pure heart and devoted heart, Anirakam, the incorporeal and the nameless truth, which is not material. Brahman is not material. This is matter for me. And what is transcendental, I'm talking only, I don't know. But no, here, this truth is to be experienced only by pure mind and pure comprehension. Only purity of the heart is necessary. That's why Christ said, blessed are the pure in heart. It's to be understood in depth. The whole Upanishads and Vedanta scriptures work on that mind only and its purity only. Whole spiritual life is purification. We are sinner, we are sinner, we are bad, we are bad, we are bad. No, I am pure, I am pure, I am stainless, I am birthless, I am deathless. Repeat the opposite way. Clear and clear and clear. So this incorporeal and the nameless reality to be apprehended by intuition of a pure and devoted heart. So it is only we need the purity of the heart, purity of understanding, day and night, asserting this idea of purity. God is pure, and Satchidananda, God is a manifestation of that absolute non-dual reality. So to think of it, meditate on it, and doing all these things dedicated to God, purity will come, and then it will be understood incorporeal and nameless, that reality which is bhavo abhavakaram, who creates both life and matter. Bhavokaram, who creates this existing material, abhavakaram, which takes away creation and destruction, who is the cause of creation and this. Here is the difference. Here Vedanta is a great boon. We need not have to create one Satan to blame for all the bad things. It is same reality, appearing this way bad, appearing that way good. And there is we cannot really, in realistic life, we cannot say it is bad, absolute bad, it is absolute good. What is bad for me is good for someone. Huh? So what is lost for one, gain for other. In the totality of the thing, there is no loss, no gain. Is it not? Think about this. Loss and gain. You sold a house and you got a profit of 500,000. Okay, that's profit. When you get the 500,000, you are happy. And you lost that, he will be in the same deal. One is becoming happy, another is becoming unhappy. So the question is that happiness, unhappiness is the identification level in which we go. And it is in duality. When there is no deal, in absolute there is no deal. There's only one. Who will deal with whom? Two things are necessary to make a deal. I, you, one object, another object. But when there is nothing but one, who will make deal with whom? So everything then comes out of bhavokaram. Bhava means which is existing. He makes it appear like this existence of this planet Earth and the other planets, and also our existence of the plant, life, immovable, movable, everything is created. And abhavakaram, destruction. One time destruction comes and all just disappear. So both is the play of that one reality. Bhava Bhavakaram. Shivam, that reality is only Shiva. Shiva means Lord Shiva, yes, or real meaning will be all auspicious. That is the all auspicious, auspicious of all auspiciousness. Kala Sargakaram, who is the source of all arts and science. In this creation level, they all came, Hindus believe that everything came from God. That's why we have our gods and goddesses. Arts and all this cultural things, science, scientific thing, it comes from Mother Saraswati at the root. From that art, literature, culture, these are coming. Who makes this? That is, it is coming from one absolute reality. That is the source of all the sciences and the arts. That Devam, that God, ye viduhu, who realizes, they tanum jahu, they are free from this body identity and they live in that eternal bliss. So it is in an indicative way, this entire verse has given us the idea that God is to be realized not by your impure mind, not by your intellect or ego. It is to be perceived or experienced by pure, stainless state of mind. Bhavagrajyam, to be apprehended by the intuition, and that intuition is of a pure mind, or pure or the blessed. So Swami Vivekananda put so much emphasis on this one statement. He said that if all the spiritual teachings of the world, suppose, is lost, but one word remains, this verse, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. This Upanishad, just an explanation of that. No? they shall see God. You want to see God? Then look at like this. What? Bhavagrajyam. Make your mind pure. Your all intuition, which is spontaneous experience comes, it should come from a pure mind. Impure mind will, as we think day and night, our impure mind gives the thought. That's why we are confused. We cannot take a decision. When we take a decision, then is it good or bad? We sometimes depend why I took that decision. I should have taken that decision. No, because it is duality, impure. But that's why we say when you do such decision, go back to your heart and touch the ground of reality, and just touching that, and then think what comes in your mind. That is a better solution than any other. Our One of our great spiritual giant was Swami Madhavananda. Madhavananda was the seventh, ninth president of our order. So he was the general secretary for a long time, CEO of our whole Ramakrishna movement. Swami Brahmananda's Holy Mother's disciple of Brahmananda. Anyhow, so early days, he used to give administrative top, so he has to take so many decisions. And those days, board was there, that is not much important. What Maharaj says is final. The board is in name, just to say yes, because the personality was so great. And some monk asked Swami, you have to take so much of decisions. And we see that you take in such a short time. And what you decide, that actually is the best solution under that context. How does it happen? What is the secret of it? Then he said, yes, when any problem comes, I just make my mind blank. And then I think of the problem, whatever comes, I say. Meaning, he has the power to control the ramblings of the mind and take the mind to God, and the prayer goes there, and when it comes out, that's all. Good, bad is no, I cannot do anything more. I have submitted my ego at the feet of the Lord, or I've touched the ground of reality, and whatever response comes, that's perfect. So this is called bhavo grajyam. God is to be experienced through our intuition of a pure mind and a devoted heart. Aniraksham, it is not like matter. The Satchidananda or God is not matter. It is all consciousness and bliss. Anirakam. And it has no name. Bhavo abhavakaram. From that comes that which exists and that which does not. That means which is movable, immovable, both, or there is nothing other than that reality. And he is blissful one. That's the Shivam. He is the most auspicious. And he Kala Sargakaram. He is the source of all the science and arts in which we live in the world. All that has come out of God. And it is that God reality. And knowing that, they biduhu, those who realize this, experience this, they tanum johu. They become freed from the bondage of this body and mind. So, this translation by Swami Tyagishananda is this, that supreme divinity who created both life and matter, who is the source of all arts and sciences, who can be intuited by a pure and devoted mind, realizing that reality, him, the blissful, the incorporeal and nameless, one is freed from further embodiment. That means in the cycle of birth and death, we are all running. That's the Hindu faith. We are born again and again and again to fulfill our unfulfilled desires and to find the joy. Where can I find joy? Perfect joy. We are trying another life, another life. With okay, as I was saying in the Bhagavad class, that we are thinking, we look at the sky, in the bright sky, see birds are flying and cheerfully swimming as if swimming in joy. No, we think, bah, they are very happy. So you be like that. Go take a one birth, one birth in the form of hawk, another birth in the form of a swan. Take any how many varieties of birds are there. Take this life will be happy, that life will be happy. Went on, went on, went on. That's why it is Hindu belief that we have passed through 84 crore, that means 8.4 millions of births before having this body. And this is the best body because it can surpass all other things. It gives a higher wisdom.
So you mean that we have 8.4 million samskaras?
Of course, that's why you find how people sometimes become beastly, how they become like cunning, cunning like one animal, like jackal sometimes, like become snake like that, says straight path, no, curly. So because all the samskaras are there, so all hidden. As I give the example today from morning till now, whatever you have done, whatever you have thought, all have been stored in your account, in your computer. All is there. In the body computer, everything is there. In the mind level, it has been settled. You forgot. You don't remember every second. But if you may forget something and someone can remind me, if you forgot that you did that, you said that time, oh, did I say? Oh, no. Then you recall and go back and replay your old tape and say, oh, yes, 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 yes. So that is all stored here. So not every day is all these things are, they don't charge. Google charges you for some dollar to have space, but it's the infinite space is here. So without charge, it is getting account in your account all, and all these deposits are accumulating there. Out of that, sometimes you ask one thing, one thought become another thought become. That is called one life. Anyhow, so though to get out of that trouble, so one will have to start thinking reverse way, how to think of oneness. So now let me read Swami Lokesharananda Maharaj, what he speaks about this verse, which is explanation. The Lord is without a beginning and without an end. He is hidden in the depths of chaos. He is the creator of the world and is manifest in many forms. Yet he also envelops the world. He is the one without a second. If you know him as your own self, you become free from all bonds. Kolila means kahana, mysterious, confusing. Thus, the world process is mystifying. We cannot understand. In this confusing chaos, we cannot explain the disparities that we see. There is a chaos both at the collective level and at the individual level. Why are we some people poor? Why someone is rich? Why someone is suffering? Why is innocent children are being entrapped? Very difficult. That's why it is chaos. He's explaining confusion. We will put so many questions. Why it is happening? Why people are behaving like this? Well, giving up their truth and giving up their own personal values, and why people do that? This question, that's a chaos. No? He has explained that way, Swamiji. Why is there so much fighting going on? Even with myself, I am constantly at war. We get confused within, we have internal struggle. Why we try to understand, but we cannot. This is the chaos. He is explaining the situation of chaos. We just do not know why there is this chaos. We do not know why this confusion, why this doubts, why this disparity in the society, in personal life, in family life. Why? We are born to enjoy life. Why do we fight? What is the cause of this? What is the need of it? Life is too short. Why not we enjoy life? So these questions, these are the chaotic condition of our present life in which we live. But behind this chaos, there is a vis, uh, visvaso swastram, vishwaso swastar. Behind this chaos, there is someone. He is the cosmic self, the creator of the universe. All this, all this chaos is going on in the surface of the ocean. Behind it, what is there? Behind there is the ocean itself. There is unchanging, infinite ocean, and on the surface only little bit of water is getting so much. If we see the disturbance in the ocean surface, how far, how more, how much is the quantity? 10, 20, 30 feet, 40 feet down or 100 feet and go 500 feet, 1 mile, 2 mile, go. What is the calmness? What is the serenity? So that is our nature inside, but it is happening on the surface. So where from the this chaos came? It is God. Behind that is God, the absolute. It is called, that's why it's called play. It is lila. Lila means play of the divine. The whole world is going on. So the cosmic self, the creator of the universe, he is the magician, as it were. He is playing tricks, confusing us. You can call it sport or lila or fun or whatever you like. That same God Lord has assumed many forms, aneka rupam. He is the thief, he is the policeman. He is the good, he is the evil. He is the Ekam Devam, the Lord who is one without a second, the one all pervading self. So, what a grand idea, no? So, this whole universe, who is a good man, who is bad? Good, bad in our eyes. The eyes of Vedanta is all permeated by one consciousness. Only play. In one is playing in one role, another is playing in another role. This is this. So, at the empirical level, there is this confusion in this our level of day-to-day living. This confusion is always there. This diversity. But to see this diversity is a mistake. To see the one behind this diversity is called the true knowledge. So we are all overwhelmed with the things going on in the surface of our life. We don't see what is the calm ocean of joy, peace is here underground. And when you see that one as your own self, you are free from all bonds. Sarva pasai muchyate. You are liberated. What is meant by bond? Bonds means your delusions. What is our bondage? Our mistaken identity. It's called mistaken identity. I think I am the body. I am the mind. So all the things happening in the body is my pain, my joy, my suffering. Anything happening in my mind, I am saying my pain, my joy, my excitement, my depression in the mind. But they are not me. They are mine. They are an object and I am the subject. When you can separate this subject-object relationship, then the truth reveals inside. And then you enjoy the bliss. But when we are out of that, forgetting that our inner identity, only look at the outside. So this world of delusion, this world of confusion, this world of doubts remain. And there is no correct answer of any problem. Why we are here? God has created. Why God has created? I say he created, why bad has been created? Why? No, no, there's another Satan. Why Satan will come with compete with God? Where from Satan comes? The Vedanta says no Satan, it is only ignorance. You don't know. That is the Satan. So any explanation they give, but the point is that this delusion will continue unless we see that one which is the ground of all expressions. So you are deluded by diversity, by names and forms. That is ignorance. Knowledge is to see the one behind the many and to see that you are the one. The same self that is within is the same self that is every being, that is everywhere. If I hurt you, I hurt myself. The knowledge, this consciousness is called Atma Jnana. And the 14th verse, what I read now, the Lord is known only by a pure mind. He is known to be without a form. He is the cause of both creation and destruction. He is the source of all that is good. He is the creator of all the origin organs of the body. He is luminous. Those who know that Him means the reality as the self of His own give up their bodies and are never be born again. So it says, how do we realize Brahman? When the mind is pure. Bhavo Rajyam. Brahman reveals itself to you. When the mind becomes pure, you need not have to do anything. It will be reflecting in the heart. Almost all religions attach great importance to this quality of purity. According to Hinduism, first there is Bohishuddhi, physical purity. Then comes Antashuddhi, mental purity. We can understand physical purity. What is that? A clean, healthy body, clean clothes, clean environment. But that is not enough. We have to have mental purity as well. In fact, a pure mind is more important. A pure mind is one that is not troubled by the thoughts of the body or thoughts of the sense pleasures and sense objects. In such a mind, there is no place for ego, so I consciousness. So when the mind is occupied with egotistic thoughts about the body, about the mind, and its desires, naturally the mind goes down. It is then in a state that is described as impure. So what is the impure mind? Get a good definition. Impure mind, when you see duality, when you see suffering, when you feel this controversial things in the world, your mind is impure mind. The ego, but the pure state of the mind is when you think of God. You don't think of yourself. Not really. When you think of God, do we think of ourselves anymore? No, meditation. When you sit in meditation, what do you think? You think of God. And when you think of God, you forget yourself. Spontaneously it happens. If really we can concentrate our mind in God, or Guru has given us the instruction to think that way, if you put the mind there, you forget your body, you forget your mind. It happens spontaneously. That is called the pure mind. To generate pure mind, we will have to practice that. To withdraw the mind from external and put it in God within, as instructed by our gurus, then the ego will be demolished and the pure ego will come up. At that time, there is only God consciousness. Only God is in the heart, in breath. The state of impurity causes this ego. If you have a desire, it concerns your ego. If you have an anxiety, it is about yourself. The I dominates everywhere. The I intrudes everywhere. It is always I. It becomes a barrier between you and God. If you can remove this ego, this sense of I, then there will be no longer be a barrier between you and God. Then you see that you are one with God. Very simple example. Actually, all problem comes because of our ego. I understand my ego, but others' understanding, yes, that's their understanding, but my understanding is the best. And also maybe true. But to subdue that ego into God gives us freedom. So long we hold on to our ego, so long this struggle. So Sri Ramakrishna used to say that if you have a pure mind, you are very close to God. You are with God. God then reveals Himself to you. Now we cannot see God because the mind is not at rest. It is always disturbed. Some thought, some anxiety, some problem makes the mind restless. When the water of the lake is disturbed, you cannot see what is there in the bottom. But if the water is calm and smooth, if there are no ripples on the surface, then you can see down into the lake, everything in the bottom. Similarly, God is already within us. And when the mind is at rest, we can see Him. That's why entire Patanjali Yoga philosophy says, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga. What is this yoga? Raja Yoga. What is this yoga? Union with God. Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Chitta means the mind. Vritti means the ripple. Nirodha means calm. When there is no ripple in your mind and it's calm like the ocean surface or the surface of the lake in a full moon night, you imagine what happens? You see the sun, moon reflected down into the waters. But when it is rippled, we see only the little sparks of light, but not the full moon, we cannot see them. So here also the same thing. The disturbed mind, the rippled mind with anxiety, mind with anger, mind with frustration, cannot see that reflection inside and cannot enjoy. That's why we suffer so much. For our own spiritual benefit, we should have to keep our mind, put value into this, that my peace is more important. I should not be disturbed. The world is always trying to disturb. World is created like that, to disturb, to take away our peace. But spiritual sadhana is that it will try, but it will fail. I will win. That is it. But the mind is at rest only when there is no desires. When the mind will be rest perfectly, I don't desire anything. If we desire anything, desire brings our thoughts, ideas, and how to procure it. So mind gets engaged. Then this disturbance comes. And if you say, I don't care, I don't want, bas, you are free immediately. So that's why Vedanta says that if you learn how to say no to the world, then the world comes back at your feet. When you beg from the world rules on your head. But if you say, I don't care, see that moment, you are so relaxed. I don't care for it. Suppose in your life any serious problem. Okay, what will happen? I don't care. Whatever will happen, happen. That's all. And you see how relaxing. At least the thought itself is very relaxing. So it is a practice to be done. That this life will bring worries in the duality. But I am not that. It is only surface on my reality. So don't pay attention. Try to cool the mind and try to run over the mind. And, but the mind is at rest only when there is no desires, no egotistic thoughts, when there is no I consciousness. Really, samadhi means what? When I get totally merged into the divine consciousness. I is lost. I is lost in our eternal divine self. There is only you. That is, there is only God. You means not this petty you, that the divine you. There is no ripple on the surface of the mind then, and God reveals Himself in that pure mind. Brahman is called Anira, without a Nida, without a house. Nira, Anira. Huh? The Brahman is called Anira, our real nature. has no room. Why? Why? What room can hold it? It is beginningless, endless, fathomless, everywhere it is. So what room is a room in a bigger space? This is called one temple room. But in the infinity, where will be another room? If absolute one is the reality, then there is no room for anything else. The individual self is like a bird, and this body is its nest. Just imagination. Good. Eh? Body is a nest. Just think about that. And the individual soul is here is like a bird. Bird, what does? It comes from going around and sits in the nest for some time and then leave it. Similarly, you feel you are free soul like a bird, and this is a nest. The old example, we say house, but Brahman needs no such abode or resting place because he is everywhere. Anida also means sarira, without a body, formless. If you have a body, you are subject to limitation. You identify yourself with your body and its limitation. If your body is stout, you say, I am stout. If your complexion is dark, you say, I am dark. If you are born in a Brahmin family, you say, I am a Brahmin. These are limitations concerning the body. We are differentiated and conditioned by the bodies we have. But Brahman is unconditioned, undifferentiated, and unqualified. A body means limitation, but Brahman is anira or sarira, without a body, without a form. We are hearing this again and again, the same. Nothing new. No? Vedanta is very same repetition of the same one idea. Bhava is existence and abhava is non-existence. Brahman is responsible for both. He is the creator as well as the destroyer. He is the friend as well as the enemy. But he is always Shivam, that is, it's all Mangalam. Mangalama is good. Yabidu, those who know that means they know the unity of the individual self and cosmic self. Knowing means what? I know objectively. Our normal knowledge is you are there, I am here, I know through my mind and my senses. Duality and the perception is three things this is. eh? One is to one will witness, another object of witness, and some system, senses and mind through which we perceive. But they are the reality Brahman. This is the knowledge we are all seeking, and the purpose of the Upanishad is to impart this knowledge. Because without this knowledge, we can never attain liberation. Now we see only the appearance. A person does not appear to us as Brahman. We don't see God anywhere. We don't see Brahman anywhere. You appear to me as a person. You also see me as a person. So he says, a person does not appear to us as Brahman. We see only his body, and we think his body is something real, something exists independently. But the body is not real. It does not exist independently. It is anitya, non-eternal. It is therefore the same, the time being, it is like a, just for a time being, like a shot. You use one shot, huh? And then give up another and take another shot. Just as the shirt you wear is not your real self, so also your body is not your real self. Your real self is Brahman, which is always the same, eternal, without birth, without death. When people know this, they give up their bodies, they juhu tanum. That means they are not reborn. They escape from this vicious cycle of birth and death. We are now born again and again because we have desires. And we have desires because we think we are this body. We want to see that our body is comfortable. So we want more money, more sense pleasures, also something or other. But when we know that we are anira or sarira, that is without a body, that we are no longer attached to this small body, we can give it up just as we reject an old shirt. Then Swami Vivekananda, when Swami Vivekananda passed away at Belur Math, his brother disciple Ramakrishnananda was at Madras. He did not know that Swamiji had left the body. But Swamiji appeared before him and said, Brother Soshi, I have spat out my body. If there is something foreign in your mouth, you spit it out. So also, if you know you are not this body, you can never be attached to this. When Swami Shivananda was old, he had asthma and could breathe only with great difficulty. He would pass sleepless nights sitting up supported by pillows. It was a terrible sight. But in the morning, when the monks come to pay their respects, he was always smiling and cheerful. In fact, he radiated a bliss and joy. He knew he was not the body. A Jivan Mukta, a liberated person, is like that. Whether he lives or dies, it does not matter to him. The body may be there, but he is not concerned. He goes on eating and doing things like anybody else, but he is unattached. When the body gets old and dies, he just laughs and throws it out. So this is the Vedantic beautiful ending of this chapter. That essence of the entire Vedantic text. That is, everything is permeated by that same consciousness. Our ignorance is creating this trouble, and we have to know that we are unborn, and we have to know that the one reality which I see is the back of this apparent personality. There is an eternal reality. So I have no time today. 5 minutes are there to read the other book. Oh, it is not good, be big, so I can read it. Finish. This is Shankara, the Advaita Vedanta teacher. In that light, what he says, yeah. So the question comes: what means is there? This absolute is realized. That is being this verse number 14. They give up the body who know the pure, effulgent one, who is realized through the pure heart, who is called the bodiless, who is the creator and the destroyer, and who is the projector of the 16 parts. They give up the body who know I am He, Shio, Shivoham, the pure, the one free from ignorance and its effects, the effulgent one, Bhavagrajam, who is realized through the pure heart. Anide Akham is who is called the bodiless. Bhava Karam, who is the creator and destroyer, and is Kala Sarga Karam, projector of the 16 parts, beginning with the vital force, ending with the name, which have been mentioned in the Upanishad. Atharva Veda, he created prana. So he says that to projector of this universe, the one can realize God or be free from all bondage, one who knows that absolute truth which is beyond all duality. So next time we'll read the chapter 6. Sixth chapter is the end of this Shwetashwatara Upanishad, and it has how many verses? It has. Anyhow, we read the same thing again and again. So no. For Upanishad reading, you don't have to read many books. One book you can read whole life, and you can get the essence of it. 23 verses are there. I linger every day with one verse or so, uh, just to spend some time more. So, you have any question? Anyone?
If you
Oh,
have,
Baba. Huh?
if you have a lot of chaos, like so much chaos, then what do you
Yeah, but understand, yeah, in the surface when it's too much chaos, but you dive deep, no chaos. In the ocean, look at the ocean, very turbulent and very so much disturbing as this ship is sinking. If I do one have the skill to go down into the deep depth of the ocean, there's nothing. It is happening on the surface. We have to we have to always think we are not limited. When we think limited, I am dead. We have to say, I am a child of God, I am divine, I am pure. Or Vedanta, I am permeated in everything. Whom to fear? Who can do anything to my real nature? And this body is not mine, it can be damaged. Mind is not mine, mind can be destroyed or someone can give pain to the mind. But I'm neither the body, neither the mind. This is not me. I am holding it, I am thinking it is mine. Anything happening in the mind, I am crying. Anything happening in the book, I love this book. If you just scratch with pen, I shall be crying and fighting with you. But what is that to do? It's a book. I am separate. So this understanding, when it comes, that's the pure mind. We generate a pure mind. And pure mind is unaffected. Things will happen. What it matter? There's a Janaka, King Janaka's beautiful statement. It says, Mithilayang pradagdhayang name dajjati kinchara. Mithila, Janaka was in a discourse like this in a courthouse, and many holy people have come. Indian tradition where the kings will honor these monks or sages to come and give their throne himself, sit down in the throne, and they will sit at the feet. And this discussion was going on about Brahmanatman. And somebody came and gave the news that the palace is in fire. Then he just left that other sadhus said, Sir, you should have to go to check. Then Janaka responded, what is that to me? If the entire city gets to ashes, what is that to me? I am Atman. He can say, being a king, responsible person, in the holding that position, lifting the mind in that condition. So it is possible. But it is a struggle. That's why you have to do more struggle, spiritual struggle, to drive inside, so that as much turmoil outside will come, it will not be able to shake the ship. We are weak. That's why little wave comes weak. You have seen that in a small boat, any little wave comes and how it just is almost going to sink. No, so to how to swim in the life's journey, this Vedantic way. Yeah, you can take bhakti way, you can take karma way, all this. But yes, troubles are there for us. But we are weak. We are thinking, I am the body mind. So my little mind is afraid. But in the cosmic mind, what do you fear out? Suppose the whole entire disturbance going on in the huge Pacific Ocean in the top. And you are that cosmic mind. It is the individual mind. The cosmic mind, all this fun is going on. It is all play. So, as a spiritual seeker, we can pray for the good of others and dive deep into inside. Yes. Oh, there are two questions already. Yes. You want to say anything quickly? Yeah, quick.
So, so you talked a lot about the belief in reincarnation today, Hindu belief in reincarnation. But how do we go beyond belief to actually know that's true? Because what a lot of like scientific materialist people or
Okay, don't believe. Don't believe.
or I mean, let me play devil's advocate.
No, logically see, if you have no, your impressions are not forcing you. So in one family, 5 children are born. Why everyone goes in their own direction? Niশ্চয়ই there is some propelling force inside each one. So who is the propelling force of you? Like your dream. You dream at night time. I dream my dream. You dream your dream. Is it not? Are not they different? Yeah, it's different. So this is only one philosophy. You can believe, you cannot believe. That's not the point. Point is that if you think one life, that's also good. If you think this is the only life, make use of it and know the truth and free. You don't have to believe in reincarnation. I forget that. That's the theory. It's intellectualism, not coming. It's not necessary. You think that if I am got this, then you believe in one lifetime, one life theory. One life theory, you are in much danger because this lifetime, whatever you cannot utilize and know that infinite reality in yourself, then you are gone. You are going to eternal hell or eternal heaven.
I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, that's also no. You have to accept that.
No, because what
See, look, why when people are dying, how they cry and die, or someone is smiling and dying. Look at that. Old people go to the hospital and see elder care people. Someone is going to smile in mind at the point of death. Someone is frightened and worried and anxiety and delirium. This is happening. So, what makes the difference? What makes the difference?
what I want to ask though is like, why do you believe that like an atheist thinks that like when they die they stay dead forever? Why would that be wrong?
No, I'm not wrong. I don't contradict. They have their faith. I have my faith. Let me be.
If,
But who is more beneficial? That's the
if they're
point.
not wrong, then this
Yeah. But everything is wrong so long you are in duality. Because your perspective is different, my perspective is different. But the truth is something which is beyond. No, you can have all the description of the sun. What is the sun? I may say some small round ball of fire. Yes, I'm wrong. You say it is 1 mile big. That's also false. And when you really understand what is sun, then you have to understand that when you reach the sun, then you are gone. Actually, one question has come, how can we cultivate capacity to do more japa? Because when I got a chance to do that, it brought happiness, strength, and love for God. Yeah, if you find joy in doing that, just do it more. Increase your timing. You can do it in the sitting position only. You can drive. That time you can repeat the Lord's name. This is the time we all encourage you to chant Jai Sri Durga also. This last 10 days. So if you do that, you feel something. You're in your own heart. You feel something, some peace, some joy, and that is the benefit. And if I know that, then I should have to practice more. What is the best daily practice I can do to realize that I am not this body or mind? To analyze every moment. Eh? What is the easiest way? Analyze the body. Is it real? Well, yes. And I see. But what you are seeing, you saw yesterday also. Is that the same body? You saw 5 years before. Is it the same body? You saw 10 years before. Is the same body? So what you are? Which body you are talking about? Analyze every day and see really, we're saying my body, but that body, what I think, it is not the same body every day. It is constantly changing. So how can I be a change all the time? I should be something unchanging. Analyze that mind. Mind is mood. This mood, it is happy. This mood is unhappy. Like a babies. They're playing with the toy, sometimes throw away and cry and weep. So this is like this. Mind is like that. So mind plays up and down, but I am the observer of the mind. Analyze that. We'll have to do it, this analysis. That is Vedantic path. First question was how to do japa. You have to increase practice. Here also practice. Vedantic practice is what? That you have to think that you are, everything is unreal, everything is momentary, everything is changing. And you are the unchanging reality. That's another question. The body boat sails on the surface only. Diving deep is akin to a crash boat. How to be expert or at diving? Yeah, here is the question. I don't die, but I am talking about the disturbed mind and undisturbed mind. So we can dive down from disturbed mind to undisturbed mind. We can practice that. That's by meditation, the process of meditation. Okay? So, again, Acha.
One last question on. So, the verses that you spoke, it simplified truth and how to get to it. But sometimes it can happen to people accidentally or before they're ready, if they kind of ask internally the right questions. So, if one was not ready but came to ultimate truth and realization, yet have not done the internal work to kind of align themselves with full truth and realization, the best way of going about getting there is just constantly reminding yourself of God.
It depends on the attitude of the individual. If you have faith in God, then pray to God. I want to know the reality. Ramakrishna taught us. Cry and pray in simple language. Oh Lord, you are there. Please show me. Get a glimpse of your presence. Let me feel that you are there. Or in the Vedantic way, you think body mind is all visible objects. I am the observer of this body, I am the observer of this mind. Like that. Or do anything you do, forget about your own self. How to forget? Do good to others. Engage yourself, thinking of others, others' benefit, others' good. How to help others rather than myself. So forgetting me, thinking on that side, that's a help. So these are the few ways of or meditating sometimes diving deep. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm body. No, no, no. There is joy inside me. So it is covered something. So meditate on the some divine principle or some divine form of say Christ, Buddha, Rama, persons who are extraordinary pure souls. Thinking of them, our mind becomes pure. So we can take any process and get the benefit of it. Okay, and the body boat sails on the surface. For what? Thinking that I am the small body, I will get drowned. But Vedanta says you are drowned means you are the ocean. If you get out of the boat, you become the ocean. So you don't, if you feel identified with the whole ocean, there is no fear at all. I am everything. So who to fear? The question of oneness comes. So talking, we are on the boat means we are trying to escape the boat and go to the shore. Shore is God, the example. Or when I think that I am the ocean, only separated by the boat of the body, if the body goes, then I can feel that identity. But body should not go by suicidal process or anything. Body should be body identity should go. I am not limited in the body. That should go. Okay, thank you. So tomorrow will be
Bilas Medhananda.
Medhananda Swami's study of Patanjali Yoga.
No, Medhananda Gospel class.
Oh, Medhananda Gospel class. They don't say like that. Anyhow, one Medhananda Swami will be speaking tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. That is the end of the chapter.
Hmm?
End of